Well, this is Southeast Michigan, but our video today is really from Central Florida, the Orlando area, and Donnie FL. Now, while I very much want our viewers to be able to be safe and sharp and silent, Donnie's that silent part, and yet that's where we go to find out about where our industry is going, what new guns are coming up, etc., etc., what we might see this coming year. Now, why would Donnie be the one that would know that? Well, because he's got a great relationship with just about everybody out there, and he makes suppressors for just about everybody out there. His footprint is large, and for those reasons, he knows what's going on. So that's why I go to Donnie FL and Donnie Do to find out exactly what's going on. So join me in his home, his barnuminium, where he agreed to do an interview about the future. Well, here we are with another air rifle adventure. We're not in Southeast Michigan. In fact, I think we're 10, 12 hours from Southeast Michigan. We're down here, more than that, 20 hours down here in Central Florida, just north of Orlando. Specifically, we're in a portion of Donnie FL's home, and we call this the gathering place. Donnie, it's been a year. How are you doing?
You look the same.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We're all anxious in what you're inventing and working on now.
Yep. So I think last time you were here, we were working on the Fat Boy. And the Fat Boy at the time was going to be our first moderator where you can interchange caliber sizes. Our previous models, you can change the end caps, but you can't change the caliber size. So, based on, I think the reason why Donnie FL and Saber Tactical, we do well because we listen to our users, our end users, and whatever we see, more requests coming in for certain features, we then put it into production or we begin testing it. And caliber changes was one of the high requested items, and the Fat Boy was one of those. And actually, I kind of like, you think modular, being able to make different length and all that stuff. So we came out with the Fat Boy, and once we released it, I think it was the first week, it was sold out in like 15 minutes. So it was an amazing product, and it was something that I didn't think was gonna take off as it would, just because of the size of it. And again, the Fat Boy was a redesign of my first Fat Boy, which was made out of carbon fiber. Now we made it out of aluminum, same length and same diameter, but just aluminum, and with the features of being able to add or switch out different caliber sizes.
And 3 calibers specifically?
Yeah. Actually, it's 4. It's 177, 22, 25, and 30 cal.
Okay. Well, that handles a lot of them. Are you making the Fat Boy in the large bore yet? Not
yet. I think once you get into the big bore, that's where the Ronin and the Emperor and now the Kami takes over. This Fat Boy was meant to be compact, so it wasn't meant to be for that larger bore. But now again, you make something, the end users are requesting for something else. So now, yes, maybe we'll switch it over to a 357. Add that to this lineup. But we had this is a 4 1/4 inch, and then they're like, how about make it quieter? So now we made a 3-inch extender for it. So we add this extender to it,
and this changes the sound even more.
Yeah. Air gun, I tell the new air gunners all the time, they think it's all about the baffles, design and all that, but what it comes down to is the air volume. The more volume to capture the air, the quieter it is.
So if I was calling in to Donnie FL today and I was wanting a suppressor, I'd be hard pressed to not buy this Fat Boy.
Yep.
Because it has so multiple calibers.
Yeah. It's, again, it's preference. Some guys don't like the soup can size suppressor. They like a more slim look, same size as the Shroud.
So here's a Tonto
Yep.
on your wife's gun,
Yep.
and that's obviously smaller but longer.
Yeah. So, and the reason why we have so many different suppressors is for preference. Like, you know, what is your preference? What is your goal in shooting? You know.
Mine is silence, period.
Yes.
Whatever I can get.
Yeah. So we came out with that, and then we also came out with the muzzle brake. And the muzzle brake allows you for, during competition shooting, we got a lot of feedback from people that it improved their accuracy. So you can actually take the different caliber inserts and put it into the muzzle brake.
Okay.
But then we had a limited edition version where we had a smaller insert here and a smaller insert here that was gold, and because it's limited, we sold out really quick. So then we came out with this bronze color, but also a kit where you can have different, it's made of bronze and different calibers as well.
Now, that goes on the Fat Boy and the suppressor, either one?
Yes, you could use it on the Fat Boy as well, but it's mainly made for the muzzle brake so that you can have two air strippers
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
And then it's pretty easy. You just screw it right into the front of the Fat Boy.
Now, when we have both, what do we get?
The muzzle brake and this. It's people will think that it's gonna make it quieter or something, but it's not made to be quieter. You're gonna hear a popping noise because the air is being pushed out to the side. But what you do get is more accurate, more tighter groups because it's stripping more air around the pellet.
Okay.
Yeah,
So accuracy.
accuracy, and that's what everyone wants now.
Can we put all three parts together?
Yep.
Now we're getting something that looks like the Emperor, right?
Yeah.
Or the Khan.
Close. No, this is actually close to the Ronin. The Ronin is 6 inches, 7 inch. So
So we're getting silence, more silence,
yeah,
and more accuracy.
more accuracy.
Okay. All great things. I've got to believe when you keep coming out with things like this, Donnie,
Yeah.
that your company's growing.
The company's grown, definitely grown. It's not just the company, but the sport in general is growing. We're seeing more and more first-time air gunner, buying our products. We see more competition being organized around the country, because there's more competitors who want to participate. So we went to RMAC, which is in Utah, and it was just packed there. And then Airguns of Arizona recently opened up their enrollment for their EBR competition in October, and that filled up really quick as well.
What month was the first one?
First one was in, I think it was in July?
With Utah. And then
June, actually June. It was, RMAC was June. And then now EBR is going to be in October.
October.
Yep.
Any other competitions that you make sure you're at
The other big one is the Pyramid Air
in Ohio?
in Ohio, but the past 2 years they've been canceled due to COVID. So, but I heard they're bringing it back maybe 2023.
Michigan, where we're from, and Ohio, that northern Midwest has definitely had COVID problems.
Yeah. Yep.
Political and real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I can see why you're growing. Where do you see our industry going from here?
It's just growing, we see more, the air guns are evolving, we're seeing more companies, manufacturers, who are showing some promise into the sport, that are coming at SHOT Show. SHOT Show that this year. Yeah, I keep getting the years mixed up, but yeah, SHOT Show. Yeah, the January SHOT Show. We saw some new companies coming out, and I think it's going to be interesting, to give different price ranges for new air gunners. There's always the intro, the mid range, and then the high end. So the more choices you get, better for our end users.
Europe has a big show, and every now and then you get over there.
Yep.
I think Europe expanded with air guns before America did, but
Yeah, well, the UK is very big as another country, and actually Europe in general. It's very huge on air guns. I mean, US is one of our biggest market, but the other big market is just Europe, the Netherlands, and even Germany is starting to ease off on their air gun rules, and now they can have suppressors over there, which they couldn't have before. And this is just within a year that they changed the law. So I think the sport is changing. Asia, I know, I see the Philippines growing, in the sport. So it's big, and I know people are watching us, and we're watching them. So it's great.
It turns out our world is at war right now, and if it's not in war, it's threatening war. And for that reason, I think I've been getting a lot of viewers wanting more information and more videos on airgun defense.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're going to talk about that, you got to be, again, it's got to be accuracy, and I like silence again.
Yeah. I mean, like for defense, I don't think the sound really matters. You just want to protect yourself, maybe scare away, with the sound. But that's a topic that people dispute all the time. Like, do you want to use an air gun for defense? Yeah, you could. We have 72 cal Zeus out there and 45 cals now out there that are air gun, that are powerful, compact. But even though they're available, I think what people are afraid of is, the government taking notice and changing their laws and over here. So I know it's available, but we don't talk about it much or try to bring too much light to it. Anything could be a weapon, a knife, for home defense, a baton or whatever. But yeah,
I'm hearing rumors even of a 58 caliber.
Well, the 58 AA already came out with the 58 Zeus. We didn't make a suppressor intended for the 58 cal. So basically, if you have 58 cal, you use our 72 cal Zeus, just because it's not that common in the air gun community, that we didn't want to make a suppressor just for that caliber. You don't know how well that gun is going to do if it's just like a phase, 1 year, and our thing is we don't want to carry too much inventory and not make money off it. Our money is always being rolled over, and so we're trying to find products that roll over fast.
Yeah. Talking about turnover, I know a lot of stores want to see 6 turnovers a year. Grocery stores like less than 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
turning over.
That's crazy.
With deliveries coming every hour.
Yeah.
Milk, something.
Yeah. Yeah, like fast food restaurants, I always think to myself, like Chick-fil-A or something, you always see lines out, but the building is so small, like how much inventory of goods, produce could they actually keep in there? That means that they have to have daily inventory, like refresh. So,
and you're trying to, even when Paul and I drove in, we saw a UPS truck, I think, come and go.
Yeah.
So you have frequent deliveries.
Yeah, we have frequent deliveries where before I could keep track of what's coming in and whatnot, but now that we're ordering so much from different vendors, U.S. vendors, overseas vendors, it's hard to keep track of what's coming in. So I have my warehouse manager and his team keep track of everything, and then let me know, hey, we're short on something, or we're still waiting on something. But our inventory keeps getting restocked very often.
And something some of our viewers may have missed, and that is that Donnie FL really has 2 companies under one roof.
Mm-hmm.
You have the suppressors and the adjusters. Izzy was good enough to take this FX Continuum and use a piece here,
chassis, yep.
a chassis, which is the main piece of your Saber Tactical company, of which many accessories can be put on. Are both companies growing?
Yeah, Saber Tactical, it doubled in sales last year. It's still, I consider it still our fun company. Fun company where Thane and Val, myself, we have our own primary business, which is Donnie Fell, and theirs is Side Shot, and they also have they also do ski. So,
Skis.
yeah. So and then Saber Tactical was just a fun company for us where we don't focus on sales. We're more focused on creating great products for the community. It gives us more satisfaction when you go to competition or see on social media people using our products and the feedback that they give us, the positive feedback that they give us.
Well, a year from now, I'll let you know how if I'm the new world champion or not out here.
Yeah.
Tell me on your suppressors. I love suppressors because I like to shoot 75, 85, 95 yards out. And the other squirrels, the other woodchucks, they don't know a thing is happening.
Yeah.
Didn't hear it. Or they're not afraid of that sound, the new sound that the gun makes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get second and third shots. One friend was able to get a second deer because of it.
Yeah.
So this whole world of silence is a good one. Your original company is growing also.
Yeah, Donnie Fell is growing, and like any business, you gotta keep seeing what's hot in the market. You have to see what people are demanding or are requesting. One of the guns that I forgot to bring was our one of the new project that we're working on is a quick disconnect suppressors. It's they have that in a firearm for years now, but no one really had it for the air gun. And so starting this year, you start seeing different companies innovating suppressors with quick disconnects. And quick disconnect is helpful because a lot of guns don't fit in the gun case with a suppressor screwed on.
Yeah,
and what guys are afraid of is if they remove the suppressor, that they lose their point of impact. They have to adjust the point of impact depending on how much they torque the suppressor the next time they put it on, so the torque changes. So we wanted to make a quick disconnect where it can be clocked and be at the same position every time so that it eases their mind and their point of impact will be the same.
That's something you're working on or you've already released?
Something we're working on. We have prototypes. We've been messing around with it for a couple of months now. We've been working on muzzle brakes, quick disconnect, and we're trying to integrate everything together. So.
Okay. Anything else you're working on?
For Donnie Fell, well, we have fixed suppressors. They're all one size, and then you can add an extender. But what we are working on around with our quick disconnect is a new model where it's modular, where you can adjust the length however you want, for your particular need. You can add extra inch, 2 inch, or an inch and a half, to your suppressor. And it's been around for a while. We just never got a chance to play with that idea, But now that things settled, Fat Boy was released. Now we can focus on the quick disconnect and the modular design.
Like my own company, I'm very happy that Dr. Paul is able to work right alongside me.
Yeah.
You have a wife, Yolanda, and she works alongside you. What does she do?
She does actually both Saber Tactical and Donnie Fell. She's more of my, just naturally, she's very, she likes to network, she likes to talk to people, and she's great at that. She keeps in touch with my dealers, and she also handles the larger orders, the dealer orders. It takes two of us to do dealer orders because of the size, and we want to make sure that everything that they order is included. There are times when you don't know where, like, some products get lost. There you go.
Scam.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are times when dealers call us or email us and say, we're short something. So we try to limit that as much as possible. So we have a rule. It's a two-person when dealing with dealer orders, large dealer orders. One person counts and checks the first time. The second person does the second check.
I know the answer to this question, Donnie, but they don't. If somebody were to come onto the internet site or call your number, how soon does that part get out of here?
If they order with before 4 p.m. Eastern time, the part will go out same day if we have it in stock. Except for weekends, we're closed on weekends. So on business days, Monday to Friday, if it's ordered before 4, we'll ship it out the same day.
So when you come to work on Monday, we've got the hell of order. We got the phone lines packed.
Yeah. Not so much of phone lines, but a lot of emails and a lot of orders that we have to deal with on Mondays. And that was the give and take that we did originally. Originally, we did open on Saturday, Sunday, but then we just figured family time is more important. Work can be, even if you fill it on Saturday, Sunday, it's not going to go anywhere until Monday, anyways, right? So we let everyone off. Allow them to work just Monday to Friday, spend time with their family, go out, relax on the weekends, and then come back to work. It's an extra 2 hours, 3 hours of work on Monday, but it's a fair trade-off.
As founder and president, are you able to keep your hours down to Monday through Friday?
Pretty much. Monday to Friday, yes. But then we also do shootings on Saturday, Sunday. So I'll invite Izzy or the guys from the shop to come over and shoot. People always say that we shoot every day. We do shoot every day, but not fun shooting. It's more for test shooting during the week. But during the weekend, that's where we actually get to use our own gun, our competition gun, sight it in, and see what has changed. So the weekends are left for shooting, and our wives are pretty supportive, and they actually come. Izzy's wife shows up, hangs out while he shoots.
Does she shoot? Izzy's wife?
Yes, she does.
Does she shoot better than him?
I haven't seen her shoot that much to call that, but Izzy is a great shooter.
She can shoot with no magazine in the gun. We'll have her explain that later.
No.
Well, very good. So you're growing, and the industry is growing.
Yes, the industry is growing. I see more shops that are starting to carry air guns now, and it always reminds me of Justin from Utah Air Guns, how he started from his gas station with a little room for air guns, and now I see more in the archery places now carrying air guns, or just different sports that are starting to carry over.
And we always see a few new manufacturers of air guns come in every year.
Mm-hmm.
Have we lost any?
Have we lost any? I don't think we lost any. I think they're still around, but yes, I think they lose interest in certain brands. And it's not saying anything bad about the guns. I think it's the marketing part of the guns. There are some good guns out there, but if they're not being innovative and doing anything different, and it's just something like any other gun, it's really hard to market that, But if you come out with like FX, Daystate, they come out with new stuff every year. It's easy to market, and for people to see that's different. What's different, and some people are like, oh, it's a gimmick. FX, Daystate, they do small changes as gimmicks, but I don't think they're gimmicks. They spend a lot of time and money. I mean, if you see the behind the scene of what these guys are doing behind the scenes and how much testing they're doing, if they see a little advantage to the gun, they're going to implement it because they want to take this air gun to the next level, used to for accuracy, distance. So I mean, before you didn't think these air guns could go like 100 yards, right? Now you're seeing these guns shooting out to 600 yards.
Yeah. Beautiful. And you get to shoot them 12 months of the year.
Yeah.
My powder guns, I sell some every year. I buy more air guns every year.
Yeah.
But you know, I had guns that I'd shoot them twice in October and November.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have a $600 gun, a $600 scope. It just didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
These, well, we shoot them almost every day at the Jones house.
Yeah, and even here, we're getting, you know, more and more people who come and or find out about us somehow. They come to the shop. They're like, "Hey, can you show us more about this air gun?" I was like, "Better yet, come to my house. We have a range. We can shoot these guns." And I think, and that's why I have a vast collection of air guns, just so that people can see what these guns are capable of. You know, it's not your pumpers. These are, you know, guns that are very accurate. And they're very fun. So,
well, I hope you enjoyed that interview down there in Central Florida in Donnie FL's Barnuminium, or what he calls the special gathering place. He brings in 10 or 12 people every weekend, and that's where a lot of those inventive juices take place. You know, the last time we were there, he was making a harmonic balancer. I think I told you that in an air gun, no matter where you touch it or give it pressure, put a bipod on it, whatever, can actually change where that shot's going to hit. It's just something that's true of powder guns and air guns. So a harmonic balancer goes out on the end, and that brings everything back into the center, and really helps with powder guns. We're seeing them in air guns. Donnie has set that aside. I don't know that we've seen the last of that, but he showed me some new things he's inventing, and that's going to be in our next video when we return to his shop, and we'll let him show those to you himself. Other than that, if you like today's and you like that interview, give us and Donnie Do a thumbs up. And if you've got questions, just send them to me. If I can't answer them, we'll get them over to Donnie Do to do.